Hello, it's Casey here, and I got some feedback from my video, so I decided to do another one, and today I'm going to teach you a 1-minute scalping strategy and a trade. So here's how we like to make this happen. So I'm going to run through the rules real quick. It's going to be pretty simple. So the first thing that I like to do is I like to look at the long-term trend, and this is a downtrend. Yes, you can see it's really clearly a downtrend. However, it's starting to get tired, and so this is now starting to make its way up a little bit. If we take a look and we just look at the fib from swing high to swing low, there's a lot of opportunity here to the upside, from the 23 to the 38 to the 50. So I'm looking, a possible 50% retracement here, but this is a 1-minute scalping strategy, so I don't really care about all that. But I'm just getting an idea. I want to make sure there's plenty of upside potential and that I think that a reversal's happening. So here's what we look for. First of all, I'm looking for a long down move. So we have that, number one. Number two, I'm looking for divergence. And what divergence means is that when price makes a low like this, and then it doesn't make a new low when it on the indicator. So if we'll take a look here, you can see it made a low here and here. And then it made a new low here, but it didn't make a low here. So that's divergence. So we have divergence, okay? And divergence by itself doesn't mean that anything's going to happen, okay? And so then we have another new low here. This is the low on the indicator, but then we have a new low here, no. A new low here, no. A new low right here, no. So it's divergence. And not only that, we're also looking for the MACD to be getting smaller. So we have divergence, and now it's going sideways. So once we get the sideways movement, we see the MACD starting to go. So we look for a move down and a consolidation. Now, there's two different things that we can deal with here that we need to understand. When you get a consolidation, it's either going to be A, a continued move to the downside, or B, a bounce and a move up, right? Pretty simple. I mean, it doesn't matter where you're at. Anytime there's a consolidation, those are the two things that's going to happen. And so because we've had a consolidation already, we've already had 3 moves, and now we have massive divergence and another sideways move that's a little bit longer. We had one failure here, one failure here. Now I'm actually looking, when I say actually, it irritates me. I need to stop saying that. Now we're looking at a bounce. So now that I have this identified, now I want to go to a 1-minute time frame, a couple different time frames, but we're going to go take the trade on the 1 minute. So a 15-minute, I just want to make sure everything's pointing in the right direction. And so you can see the moving averages here, the 200 starting to get lower. We're starting to bounce off these levels, and the MACD is negative, okay? And then on the 5-minute, the MACD is negative. And then on the 1 minute, the MACD is negative. So the ones that I really need to see is the 5-minute and the 1 minute, and the hourly, they're all negative. We have divergence happening as well here because we hit a low and then, well, it's not quite divergence, but there was a little bit of divergence in here. But we have a reversal potential. So what we want to look at, let's go back now to the 5-minute. I want to also look at levels. So we have a level right here. And there's something that a lot of traders don't look at, but it's a downward level. Look at this one. I love to take bounces off of this downward level. See how it broke that trend line? Now it's retesting. And then I'm also looking for a trend line break right here. So this is also, if you're looking at chart patterns, this is an ascending wedge. So we have an ascending wedge, we have divergence, we have a lot of different things that are setting up for this trade. And I'm now going to just wait for the timing, right? So now that this is in place, all I need to enter the trade is a break of the trend. So I have the trend in place, and now I'll just watch this on a 1-minute chart, and I'm just going to be patient, and I'm going to wait for the setup. Now, I don't know when it's going to happen, so I gave the outline, I gave the instructions, I shared how I'm going to do this. Now we're just going to wait. I'm going to pause it, and when I get into the trade, I'll start. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so here we go. I am now looking at the chart here. It is moving in my direction, and we just had the break. So now I'm going to enter into the trade, and we're done. Okay, so I missed the entry. You know, that's the problem with 1 minute charts, is that you miss the entry sometimes when you take your eyes off of it. And I got sidetracked and was doing something else, and I missed it. And so my stop would have been, you saw where it broke out, and it didn't close above. I like it to close above. So my target entry would have been here, and my stop probably about here, about 6 pips. So even if I went for a 1-to-1, I'd still be in the trade. But I'd be going, I like to do a 1-to-1, sometimes a 2-to-1. And the strategy works pretty good for the accuracy. And so it's just the timing that is challenging, as you saw from this. But hopefully that little bit helps, and I'll just keep plugging away with more videos.